What's up, everybody, and welcome to Moments with the Mobleys. I am your man, God darn it, Johnnie Mobley Jr.
You need to start over?
No, go ahead.
What you going through, babe?
Cause when I got in here, it was gonna be different.
You did say that. Is something you need me to clean them?
Be looking like it in dim light, they be looking like they clean. And then when you get in here, like the light shine on them. Just tell.
I think Minute Maid have changed their ingredients for their juices.
Everybody
But they don't taste like they used to taste.
Everybody done changed everything. Everybody done went cheaper.
Is my lips real shiny?
They what the song is?
My lip gloss is popping?
Yeah, it's popping.
I guess.
Does that officially make me old? Because I couldn't remember that.
I didn't mean to put that much on.
Does it make me old because I said that?
Real glossy too.
Which one, Allison? Does it make me sound old because I couldn't remember it, or does it make me sound old because I said it?
That my lip gloss is popping?
Yeah.
That was an old song by some kids, isn't it?
So you telling me I'm old? That's
It's okay.
That's Will Smith child, I think. Isn't it?
No, she talks about I'm whipping my hair back and forth.
Well, I know it was whipping something. Oh, wow, I feel like I sound like somebody's granddaddy.
I actually saw a movie on Prime with Jaden Smith in it that was done in 2020, and it was a really good movie.
I ain't seen that yet.
I'm gonna show it to you so you can. I would watch it again. It had Cuba Gooding Jr. in it, and what's her name? Why I can't think of her name?
You know why I think my sinus is better? Because the temperature done dropped and the pollen ain't as much.
And you haven't really been outside much either.
I went outside just a few minutes ago.
Nia Long was the mama, and Cuba Gooding Jr. was his daddy. Mm-hmm. It was a good drama. It was good.
All right. So, clappers in.
You want to start over?
Yeah,
because you messed that up.
I ain't messed it up. What's up, everybody, and welcome to Moments with the Mobleys. I am your man, Johnnie Mobley Jr.
And I'm his wife.
Are you taking a picture of me while I'm cleaning my nose?
Okay. Well, actually, I was just doing some video just to share.
Okay.
Later, but
go ahead and do the video.
So I apologize for
Go ahead and do the video.
While you was...
Can we get through this intro, please?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Moments with the Mobleys. I am your man, Johnnie Mobley Jr.
Who are you?
I am your man, Johnnie Mobley Jr. That ain't even on me.
Who is on?
It was over there.
Who is on?
It was over there.
You are who?
Johnnie Mobley Jr.
And I'm his wife, Deirdra Mobley.
And we something like an ordinary couple.
With extraordinary purpose. Greetings, salutations, accolades, and blessings. Great morning, great afternoon, great evening. Happy International Women's Day.
First of all, this is what I want to know.
Uh-huh.
Where did that come from? I've never heard of that before.
You've never heard of it?
Social media came up with that?
You've never heard of that?
No.
It's actually been on there before.
On where?
Hold up.
It's not on no calendar.
It's actually been on social media before.
That's where.
No, it's actually been like celebrated. So that's why I asked you, have you not seen it?
But that's why. But this is my question: is that why it's celebrated now because social media says it, or is it like an actual calendar thing?
Wednesday, March 8th. Do you want to know a little bit about it?
No, I'm gonna look.
They
on my calendar.
actually have a website as well.
Let me see.
Today. It's actually, it says it celebrate women's achievement, raise awareness about discrimination,
got nothing.
Take action to drive
March 8th. Look.
Gender parity. I'm telling you.
March 8th is nothing.
Baby,
there.
It's not on your Google calendar.
What calendar it need to be on?
It's probably like on the calendar of different other holidays and stuff like that.
I've never heard of that. But I ain't trying to take y'all magic from you.
No, you can't. But
I ain't trying to take the magic from you. I can't. And y'all can't say I'm, anti-Women's Day because that's all I live with women is women my entire life. So can't say that. In my mama's house, well, my daddy was a man. He wasn't a woman, but still.
Yeah, I didn't realize they had an actual website until I actually just pulled it up. Okay. But it's celebrated, and it says, imagine a gender-equal world, a world free of bias, stereotypes, and discrimination, a world that's diverse, equitable, and inclusive, a world where difference is valued and celebrated. Together, we can forge women's equality. Collectively, we can all #embrace equity.
So I got a question.
Yeah.
So because we got a National Women's Day, is it a National Man Day?
I'm sure it is.
I've never heard it celebrated.
You've never heard Women's International Women's Day
because it ain't on the
celebrated.
calendar.
International Men's Day is Sunday, November 19th.
All the way to the end of the year. We get ours in the cold, and y'all get y'all's in
Oh my God. And they actually have a website for that too.
Well, this is new.
So does it matter?
So in November.
Men leading by example.
In November, for National Men's Day, I'm going to have a group of men on the podcast. So
I think you should.
Moments with the Mobleys, that day will have a group of men on the podcast.
And this one actually says on November 19th, International Men's Day celebrates worldwide the positive value men bring to the world, their families, and communities. And they're going to actually this year are going to highlight positive role models and raise awareness of men's well-being. The theme for 2023 is zero male suicide. Together we can stop male suicide. So I think that'll be a good thing.
I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to do in our first annual Men's Day, because
You first annually celebrating it. Say that.
Well, I said our first annual Men's Day. Me. Not everybody else, because I ain't knew nothing about this. You learn something new every day.
You're absolutely right.
Don't say, oh my God, because it sounds like you act like I'm getting on your nerve.
You are never on my nerve.
Good answer.
Okay.
So, patrons on here? What's up, patrons? I said it right. Patrons, we
hanging on by a thread. We promise we gonna get y'all some more stuff. Do you want peace?
You said we hanging on by a thread. Mm-hmm. Oh, because we ain't got no nights in it.
Mm-hmm. We need to get back to recording that.
Y'all just want us to talk nasty. That's what that is.
Some more behind the scenes content.
I do believe that I got about 5 nights in, because being with this woman right here.
Yeah.
With this premenopausal stuff, I got some stuff to talk about.
We need to talk about it.
Yeah. We need to do a night. We need to do another content day. That's what we need to do. We ain't did one this year yet. God darn, it's March already.
It's March. It's the last month of the first quarter.
Our anniversary coming up.
What number is it going to be, Mo?
It'll be 31 years.
You remember the exact date?
Huh?
Day? You remember the exact day?
The exact day what?
I know it's March 14th, but do you know the date? The day?
I'm not understanding your question, man.
March 14th is the date. Do you know what day it falls on this year?
What, it falls on, like a Tuesday or Wednesday, isn't it?
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Next Tuesday.
So that means we
less than 1 week away.
So that means we gonna record on our anniversary, and we got a session on our anniversary.
We do.
Good stuff.
But we'll celebrate.
Working in your purpose.
We is gonna celebrate. Just know that.
Them lip gloss. Need you to wear that lip gloss and nothing else tonight. Can you make that happen?
I can oblige you.
Okay.
Tell the people what we talking about.
You want some of that lip gloss, Allison? You can wear that too. And
I'm sure she has her own.
Okay.
And lipstick
too.
So,
what we talking about tonight is all these different definitions of what love is. So some people say...
You've been tasked with that question here lately, haven't you?
I have. I have.
Not for me.
So I've heard that... I've heard someone say, you know, I'm not in love with you no more. So you got I've fallen out of love with you. And then you actually got the actual love part. So society got us saying in love, falling in love. And at some place in time, we've created this different level. So I think I'm falling in love with you, or I'm in love with you, and then love. So I always say the falling in love and love part is the foamy stuff before you actually get to the realization of something. So I wanted to talk about this tonight. People.
And I'm going to help you talk about it.
Lord Jesus. And I'm not trying to take away from the magicalness and the, I met her and I think I'm falling in love with her. I ain't trying to take none of that away. I just need y'all to put it where it need to be at. That's what I need. Because when you don't feel the falling in love part and then the in love part, then you just think the love is just going all together. And that's not it. I'm going to say this and I'm going to let my wife talk. Falling in love and in love, I have noticed that when you fall in love with somebody and you in love with somebody, that solely means that it's them, the other person, that making you feel the way you feel. Has nothing to do with you just loving a person unconditionally. It has everything to do with, Deirdra makes me feel like this and she makes me feel like that. Here's the danger in that. That person is a human being. So what's going to happen when they don't feel like that or make you feel like that? And then that's when people say, falling out of love with you. I'm not in love with you no more. But you, it's just, how can I say this nicely?
Just say it.
Get on my nerve. I'm just going to be real. And this is my thing. There's nothing wrong with being ignorant in a certain area or subject. There's nothing wrong with that. But educate yourself before you begin to give information about something that it's not. It's not. If you think a marriage is going to live on being in love with someone for the rest of your life, then it's just not going to work. It's just not. The love is supposed to be unconditional. So even when I don't feel the goosebumps and the butterflies and all that, I still love this woman. We've been together a long time, so it's not about how she makes me feel. It's about who she is. And that's the part I love about her. So that's the unconditional part, that she my baby mama, she my wife, she my friend. We can laugh together. We can cut jokes together. It ain't all about the sex. Sex is important, though, but it ain't all about that. But it's a lot of different areas of what it is. When she get on my nerve, I still love her. And I also like her now. We've been together long enough to where I can push past I love her and I like her. Back in the day, I love her, but I didn't like her in certain areas. So now I love her and I like her. And we talk about whatever the situation is. But the falling in love and the in love, it's the magical feeling of, I just think I'm in love with them. I said I'm going to let you talk in it.
That's fine. Go ahead.
This is what I want you to do. The next time you say you have fallen in love with somebody, literally give them what you have fallen in love with.
Say that again.
I said the next time somebody says they're in love with you, ask them, what is it about that you have fallen in love with me? What is that? What does that look like in words?
Well,
if they say something surface like, oh, you're so kind and, you smell good and your booty big and, your lips are beautiful and your eyes are beautiful and all, yeah. But when she take the eyes out and when she take the booty pads out and then when all this other stuff happened and you don't, then what?
How did we get there? The booty pads and
because the representative shows up. That's what you fall in love with, not the real thing.
When we talked about this, of course, Johnny is gonna find an article that
because it's so foolishness. That's what it is.
On it or whatever. But I think that part that you were just talking about just now is a lot of people say it and they use those terms, I'm falling for her, or falling in love with her or him, falling in love. I've fallen for, I'm in love, and now I love her. It was saying, this is an article we found on Well and Good, and it was talking about people not really knowing the differences in all of them, and that's why they use it so loosely. You know what I'm saying?
And the reason I use this article and not most of my articles come from like psychology stuff. So, but the reason I use this article, because I want to be fair. I don't want to take like the in love and falling in love part out of nobody's life. Because I don't want them to say, the Mobleys say you ain't in love. Somebody said they was in love with me, and I don't believe that. Now, what you in love? That's not what we're saying. All of it is a part of it, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, the part that you want is the unconditional love part.
But what they're saying, and this was according to some psychologists, were saying that being able to identify these different feelings or different stages will help people like sort out their feelings and really put it into perspective. From falling in love, being in love, and loving someone. And so as they were saying, it's like different stages. So like when you fall in love, it's really a transitional phase between not being in love and being in love. And it's that initial feeling, like you said. You met them, you like what you see. Basically, I think what they were saying was it's like external. You know what I'm saying?
The physical.
The physical. Yeah. And they actually said this, which made me start thinking about when we first met. It says, falling in love is a roller coaster oriented. Falling in love is a roller coaster oriented around the person of interest. It says when the person feels like have these happy-go-lucky feelings of infatuation, excitement, and hope, and all these things. But it says it also can bring, on the flip side of it, less than positive effects, like trouble thinking clearly, anxious thoughts, trouble sleeping, and lapses in appetite. So they were like in the falling in love in that stage of the relationship. You have all these different feelings going on because you really, really, like a person. And so you can go through a variation of emotions because this thing is, to look at it as this thing is new. You know what I'm saying? So you're excited and you're like, and I'm thinking, like I said, I thought back to when I first met you. I was excited about the fact that I met you and that I thought you were, you looked good. And I literally, I think I've said it even before, like I think I like you. I love you, or I'm falling for you. I think that's something that I expressed to you.
In the beginning?
In the beginning. Because it wasn't that I didn't love you. I was falling for you very hard. I lusted you. Now, that's the one they need to add to this, to their, whole process. I lusted
you too.
Yeah, I lusted you.
I was excited because I said, I got a woman that got a stripper booty, and I wasn't sure if she was a stripper. She was at the church. It's people that go to church that sing in the choir that can be found on the pole. I mean, you got to pay your bills.
Sir, I was 14 when I met you. I wasn't no grown woman.
Boy, 14 years old be on the pole?
Really?
I don't know.
That establishment needs to be shut down and burned down.
You're right. These chicks nowadays at 14 look like they 27.
No, sir.
So it's a lot of stuff that can happen.
But it says falling in love is the roller coaster orientation stage.
I can get around the roller coaster thing.
Right?
So the falling in love is the loops, the excitement, the butterflies. So that must be what that is.
That's what they're saying. It says to fall in love is to be reminded of a frustration that you didn't know you had.
Huh?
That's what they're saying. They're saying when using the illustration of it being a roller coaster. This is the actual falling in love part.
Oh.
Okay? Not the falling for you. They were saying like the falling for you part is that initial stage.
The beginning.
Right.
That's when the representative showed up.
Right.
This is what I want you to fall in love with.
Right.
And then I'll show you the real me later on.
Exactly. But now we've gotten into the falling in love with you. And so we've already, the couple has been talking, and getting to know each other and all this stuff. So they said that's the part that I was just explaining to you. The loss of sleep, lapses in appetite, that can be the less positive effects of it. And then it goes on to say the ups and downs, just like a roller coaster. That's why they, use the example of a roller coaster. It says because you didn't opt to hop on this particular roller coaster, meaning you didn't realize or didn't know that you were going to fall in love with this person.
Oh, I would say that that part is
because maybe this is when you, like you said, this is, I think that sets part after the representative has kind of faded some. Yeah. And now you're starting to see some stuff happen.
Yeah, because the representative,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
The representative, stamina, endurance is not that.
Right.
Yeah, you can't do. Because when I first met you, I had the 6-pack and everything. Now the 6-pack is not there anymore. Just trying to.
It stayed for a while.
It stayed for a little while.
Yeah, but then, you learn other things about each other. And of course, now and learning about the not so good stuff about the person or the flaws that you're obviously going to see once the representative has faded. So
once you spend so much time together.
Right, yeah. Absolutely. So it says, that part that it says it says you wanted someone, you felt deprived of something, and then it seems to be there. For a person who was longing to be in a relationship or to be in love or, fall in love. It says, and now there's seemingly nothing you can do to get this potential love interest out of your head. So the fall in love, I think for me, I can remember a time when I would say that that at that point in our relationship that I had fallen in love with you. And I think this was the time when the beginning really, when it was real emotion there and we had spent a lot of time together and we were either mad at each other or you said you needed to take a break or something happened.
Yeah, I remember taking a break.
I remember laying on my mama's floor in her room, and my mama had mirrors she had mirrors on her closet door. And the speaker was right by the door, and I remembered playing the song on it. It was
Whitney Houston.
Natalie Cole. No, it wasn't Whitney this time. Singing Miss You Like Crazy. I think that's who sung that. No, Miss You Like Crazy.
I don't
Melba Moore. One of them in that league right there.
All right.
But it was it was a song called Miss You Like Crazy.
I remember that song.
Yeah. Cause I had done fallen in love with you, Johnny. And you broke my heart because you told me it was something around that. We either had argued real bad or, we was on a break.
And I broke up with you?
We was on a break or something. I know we weren't physically together, and we used to always be together. And this maybe was the first type of riff in our relationship. Yeah, and I just laid there and listened to Miss You Like Crazy. And my emotions was up and down. I was on that roller coaster of being in love.
Well, I knew when I knew you was my wife, I used to have to try not to destroy the future relationship. So I know with you more than anybody else, I've always said, we need to take a break. I ain't really said that with nobody else. I used to tell you that all the time, though, because I used to try to salvage the relationship. I didn't want you to catch me cheating. I just wanted you to understand that I had to sow my royal oats, but I ain't tell you that. But I just said we need to take a break because it's a lot.
Because were you afraid that if I would have caught you in something, that would have been detrimental to our future?
Yeah, I'm sure it would have been.
It would have been.
I had you hooked, but I ain't had you hooked.
don't think I ever heard that. No, that ain't good.
I had you hooked, but what I said, you had me hooked too.
Obviously not that much because you was making up excuses to be breaking from one another.
I was just trying to experience some other things. Yeah.
But there was one time that you did. This ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about. But there was one time that you acted like you didn't care whether, It wasn't like you was trying to salvage the latter, the later on relationship the marriage that you wanted to have happen between me and you. You was just acting real nasty with me.
Was that when I went in the military?
That was when we went to. I think we went to go look at we had to go to the health department for something to look at what her blood type was, or we had to do something. And you were going to keep her that weekend or something like that. And I just told you to drop me off at the mall.
Brianna?
Mm-hmm.
So,
and you was just acting real nasty with me. And you dropped me off at the mall. I was just a hoe off the street. Like, get out my car. He was real nasty, y'all. But it's okay. I'm over it. Yeah, I'm over it.
Yeah, I don't remember none of this, y'all. I swear I don't.
I have stored that in my bank.
Well, I need you to release that.
I don't hold it against you.
I need you to release that.
I don't hold it against you, though.
This is the thing. When we talk about this stuff, she remembers a lot. I don't remember nothing because I don't even remember my life without her being in it. That's how long we done been together. So
there
all
are
those other memories.
Right, that I remember it. But
the memories
to be honest, I just wish at least one time I would have just fought you. I was always just...
Like fist fight?
Yeah, like fight. Yeah, fight. Because I could never get to that point of madness with you or anger. It was the Lord. You were meant to be my husband because I could never get to the point where I literally wanted, that one time. But even then I didn't hit you. But
you grabbed me. And that's when I punched.
You keep making up these things about me putting my hand on you.
You did. Because I tried to, because every time you wanted to argue, what I wanted to do, I never raised my voice. I always wanted to leave. Because I'm like, you getting hostile, you crying, you mad. And this one time, you had grabbed me.
Oh, no.
And you said, turn your A around.
That time.
Yeah. And then I ain't proud to say this, but I had punched a hole in the wall. I hit a beam in the wall. It broke the beam, but it was like a bullet. It was like, pew. And then she was standing on the wall like this. And then I had just walked off, and she was just still standing there. I didn't hit her. And I'm surprised I ain't broke my hand like that. I'm surprised my hand, it was swollen, but it didn't. I think I
left before you hit the wall. I moved before you hit the wall.
What you mean you moved?
Because you wasn't going to act like you was going to hit me and let your fist pass by me, Johnny, and still be allowed to talk about it.
I promise you. I still had that picture in my face. So we remember that
story very differently.
I hit the wall, you stood there, and then you took a deep breath. And I just walked off.
Anywho, he's still here, so he didn't hit me.
That's the now Deirdra talking. The then Deirdra talking, they ain't had all this wisdom.
You're right. I just set my behind down somewhere.
Yeah.
But you knew what it was. That wasn't how your daddy raised you. Neither your mama.
Well, every time I didn't want to argue with you. I hated arguing.
I didn't want to argue either.
But that time you wanted to argue because you tried to spin me around.
Just stay home.
Then I want to say you called me a little bee or something.
Nah, you're just lying for no reason. Trying to add.
I do.
Just like my grandmama say, like my grandmama say, you're trying to add fuel to the fire. I feel like I tried to walk off and you grabbed me and you said, turn your little bee self around. That's what I feel like she said. That's for theatrical purposes. That is.
Y'all. I feel like
I did not say that.
In the narrative in my mind, I feel like that's what happened. And then that's what made me do the little punt, But I might be wrong.
No,
go ahead.
You are animated. You
go
are
ahead.
very
animated.
It
takes one to know one.
You're right. Okay, so then you get to the stage of being in love. Okay? So this is when you deep in. You done fallen, and now this is when you just fully submerged in love. Okay?
I might have should have found another article.
No, but listen.
I'm listening.
When you're in love, you are genuinely infatuated with someone who you might not even know very well.
That's lust.
Yeah. At that point, y'all still learning each other.
In the beginning, the falling in love and the in love part, all of that is lust.
You're right. It just goes to a deeper level of it.
Based on the physical look of how somebody looks, and then they make you feel, and then that has everything. That has nothing to do with that. That's just.
But people don't know that, though, Johnny.
I know.
It says also during this time you idealize them, the person, and may project your fantasies upon them. I wholeheartedly agree. Fantasies upon them, expectations upon them, that y'all probably haven't even talked about. It says, I like when they talk about the feel good hormones, the dopamine and the oxytocin. It says, at this point, the feel-good hormones that might have been set off by an initial spark of chemistry rise to peak levels.
The chemistry? Okay.
Chemistry. You heard me say
I heard you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And it says sometimes the good feeling is so poignant that you might miss the not-so-great sides of a person. Or even some relationship red flags. Because you still all giddy and gooey about the fact that you now in love with somebody.
And you done got beeped down. And now you just missing all the red flags. But I love him. He been in your backup, but I love him.
But it may not even be that.
I love her because she got the with the Georgia Snapper.
What in the world are you saying? I don't know nothing. I digress.
She got the Georgia Snapper. You done heard that before, Alice? You in
I digress. We're not talking about that on here. But
y'all know what I'm talking about.
For all things Mobleys, y'all can go to www.momentswiththemobleys.com. For all things Mobleys, you can go. It'll give you the podcast episodes. It'll give you all the information about us. What we got going on. Also, please go to YouTube, y'all, and subscribe and listen and share. The podcast comes out every Saturday at 10 a.m. Moments with the Mobleys. We're everywhere on social media as Moments with the Mobleys, except Twitter. On Twitter, what are we on Twitter, Mo?
Mobley Moments.
Thanks so much. Pop, pew, 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 pew.
No. We don't do pew.
No pew?
Pop, pow.
Oh, okay. Pop. So,
no,
March 6th.
I know. Pow, pow.
Yeah.
You said pop. No, we ain't popping and we ain't pinging.
Well, you talking about a Georgia Georgia Snapper? Why?
Y'all know what that Georgia Snapper is.
Anywho, March 6th was the last day of voting for Connect Savannah. And so we appreciate everyone that has voted. So now we're just in the waiting stage to see if we will have a
number
repeat.
2.
Yeah, a number 2. So we appreciate you all. So back to this. It says being in love is largely an unconscious experience that may last around a year to a year and a half.
Mm-hmm. That's the representative time, year and a half. So that's who the young people
But it says it can last longer in a more long-term relationship. You said who was what?
I was trying to think of that's the Morris Chestnut, and the Tay Diggs and the Denzel. That's them people that you thought. And then when you turn the light on after a year and a half, it'd be somebody else.
Yeah. Pretty much. When did you know? I know you when you knew that you. Well, I know when did you? Now that we're talking about it, do you remember when you had these feelings about me? Did you ever share, especially with James? Did you ever share that? Man, I think I'm in love with her or whatever. Because I actually know. I remember you told me you loved me the first time it was over the phone, on the phone conversation.
So, James actually, James is my childhood friend, one of my best friends.
Mm-hmm.
We still friends to this day.
Mm-hmm.
So James, I remember him telling me that you different when you with Deirdra.
Really?
Yeah. And I remember him telling me several times that you were good for me. That's what he used to tell me. But then I ain't pay him no. I was like, man, whatever, bro.
He was a wise man.
And then I think one time I asked him, I was like, Joker, you trying to push up on my girl? I probably ain't never said. I probably said that in my head. I don't think I never said that.
I think I remember you saying something to me like that.
But James knew. He knew that you was good for me.
You knew that I was good for you.
I did, and I knew you was gonna be my wife. That's why I said, "Hey, we need to take a break." Shawty over here trying to holler at me, and that ain't what I said though. But that's what they're taking a break. Shawty over here trying to holler, trying to see what she talking about real quick. So we got to take a break. So that's the very transparent, raw, real way that it was.
No, that wasn't
done.
a real way because you was lying.
When I lie.
What do you mean? You just said you was lying.
Yeah, but I didn't say all that to you.
Right.
I said I think we need to take a break.
It was a lie, though, right?
No, I did say the break part. I said I think we need to take a break.
But it was all based around a lie. The fact that you wanted to talk to this other person.
I want to see what she was talking about.
It was a lie of omission, Johnny, right?
I want to see.
Sir, it was a lie of omission.
Everybody deserved a chance.
Oh, everybody deserved a chance with you?
No, not everybody, but the ones that I saw fit to have a chance. I needed to see what they was talking about.
You had a couple moments of very bad decision making. However,
don't do that. Y'all, I just got my voice back. This allergy's been tearing my tail up. It been having me on the ropes. It was get gut. It was like,
I didn't take no pictures of you with the tissue up your nose, sleeping, or nothing like. I did not expose you or uncover you at all.
So I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the bonnet on your head. It ain't a woman that listens to us right now who ain't got a bonnet.
Some women don't have bonnets.
Well, the women that bald head, they ain't got no bonnet. Not really sure why you had a bonnet on your head and you got a fade cut.
Okay, that's what we doing, Corey? That's what we doing?
That was one for my boy CJ.
Okay, very good. Back to this, y'all. So it says in long-term situations, this being in love phase can last, of course, recur later in a long-term relationships. But it says in situations where you uncover something new about your partner, experience something new together, or rekindle a moment of everyday intimacy. So that's where this intense passion is when you are in this phase of being in love with this person. And after that, then it comes... it says to return to the roller coaster metaphor, if falling in love and being in love are the loops and the dips of the ride, loving someone is the smooth portion at the end. Mm-hmm. And so now that's basically what you were saying.
Yeah.
As far as that's concerned.
That's what I pictured in my head of what a roller coaster is. So let me say this. So the year and a half, that time span is very much true. A person can be in love, falling in love, whatever. That's the fluffy stuff. After a year and a half, you living together, you possibly got married, because I don't know why y'all don't like to get married first and then do all. But anyway, a year and a half, you get married, you start a life together, you start having children, bills coming in, and that's the stuff that helps you, that helps ground you to see what your relationship really is. Mm-hmm. So in the beginning, no responsibilities, no nothing. We in the fantasy land. I love you, you love me. You so fine, you so fine. You smell so good. For you. Yeah, so that's the part with no responsibilities attached. You ain't got nothing else is attached. You just, in that place. Mm-hmm. And then when all the other stuff is added
that
to the
middle
relationship.
Processing stuff.
Yeah. Then, now we flat-footed looking at each other and, you don't look that good to me no more. I ain't in love with you no more. I've fallen out of love with you. And to me, like I said,
that stuff can happen. Right.
And to us, that's that area of ignorance that you don't understand fully what love is. So if me being in love with my wife is her making me feel or want her all the time, then it's just not gonna work. Cause she don't want me all the time.
Actually, I do.
That's why I paused. I knew she was gonna say she's so since she been home.
I gotta tell the truth.
Working in the business.
I love you. I want to be with you all the time. I want to be in your skin. If I could be. But go ahead. Finish your point.
You got to stop saying that.
Okay. Right.
That sounds very dangerous to me. You want to be in my skin. I don't know what that means. It feels like you're going to skin me and then wrap my skin around your skin. I don't understand.
No, you know that. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
I don't even remember my thought.
The thought was that you were saying that, that it processing the ups and the downs and all that stuff or whatever.
So once all the other stuff is added, then that's when you're flat-footed in your relationship with your spouse, and that's when the love should evolve and grow. But most of the time it doesn't, because people don't really understand what love really is. So they feel like love is all about feelings and butterflies and all this stuff. And I think I've said this before. If me being in love with my wife becomes her responsibility to make sure she is always doing it, she's always nice, sweet, sexy, this, that, the other, that ain't real life. That's just not real life. So I have to be responsible for loving her. Yeah. Flaws and all. So that's what real love is. It's an unconditional love. We can tussle, but then at the end of the day, I'ma still love you. And all, like I said, all of it's grown because I've always loved my wife. It was times that I didn't like her. I think it was one time that I didn't like her at all. And then as the years gone, I liked her in some areas and in some areas I don't. And then now I just like her and love her in all areas because I understand now what love is. It's not her choices. It's not her decisions. It's loving her because of her choices and her decisions, regardless of what it is. I allow her to be herself, an individual, be comfortable, and that allows her to grow. See, when you have to pretend to be somebody else, the person you will never grow into who you're supposed to be. So the pretending part and the real part has to swap. And that's why marriages get in the place that they are, because in your mind you feel like it's supposed to be like this, and it's just not. That's not realistic. The responsibility of my wife to always, wake up like that. She always got makeup on. She always got it's just not like that. My wife done had 5 babies. 5 babies? 5 babies. So
2 at one time.
Yeah. So
yeah, it says to love someone is to know them deeply, experience their challenging sides, and fully embrace them.
We need to go because I feel like my sinuses stuff is happening again.
You got to turn the air down?
I ain't mess with air.
You didn't?
No.
Oh. Well, it'd be like at nighttime. It'd just be something different. But you'll be fine.
All right.
No, laugh. I hear it.
Don't laugh, Alice.
I hear it. It says, when you love someone, it is more reality based. Yeah. And that's good how they put it. It's not the representative, but you've experienced, the challenging parts of the relationship, and y'all have weathered the storms through them. It says, while moments of feeling in love can certainly be a part of loving someone, the latter includes a strong sense of intimacy and closeness that's underlined by commitment. It's when you get to that place where it's, we solid, and come hell or high water, it's us, and I'll take it one step further to say that it actually, when we got to the point to where we knew that we were truly committed to one another, that we had gone through the stages of, falling for each other, and then, being in love and falling in love and all these things, and that whole roller coaster that we referenced before, we get to the point of where we are actually, I have an unconditional love for you because I have grown to love the person that you are. I know you good, the bad, the indifferent. I've seen, parts that I didn't like. I've seen parts that I absolutely love. And so all of that makes you the amazing person that you are. Yeah. And so that when you get to that point, because and some couples, if they're blessed, even get to the part of, we've been in this mode of loving each other and adding to each other's lives, that you get to the point to where you cherish each other. Yeah. And so for us, I'm sure y'all, if y'all haven't seen it, we did an episode on what it means to go past even the love is the cherish part. That's
I wouldn't say it's
not past it, but it's
a part of it,
right? But it's like a real sweet part, like the icing and the cherries and the Cool Whip on top of the cake or whatever. And so, I hope this helps with understanding the different phases, because like when we read the psychologist first said in the article, a lot of people just use the verbiage, but they don't understand what it means. Yeah. Or they don't understand, the place that they're in the relationship, or but reading this will help them, or hearing this will help them understand really how to, I guess, sort the feelings out. Yeah. Because sometimes that can get a little bit sticky or crazy, or, you just be all over the place because you don't know what you're feeling. But I think, they were saying that was why they wanted to kind of break it down. Because when you know something, when something is explained and you knew that's what you were feeling, then you can kind of make it make sense or explain it more. Well, so, yeah.
So, like I said, I didn't want to take the magical feelings out of falling in love, being in love. And then the actual love part. So because falling in love and being in love is real to a lot of people, it was real to me and my wife. Mm-hmm. So
it's a part of getting to love.
I get it. But what can happen is once that 1.5, 2 year time span doesn't happen, and you doing life with this person, and now all of a sudden you're not in love or falling in love with them no more. It just need to be an unconditional love.
Well, like we said, there are things that happen in the relationship, good and bad, is that will cultivate the relationship to eventually get it to that place. But a lot of people fall into a hole when they get on that roller coaster. Some of them just, want to jump off. And that's where you get to the divorcing for irreconcilable differences, or, you know what I'm saying? Because in that whole loop of ups and downs is y'all going through stuff, and and we can see it as evident when the couples that we talk to going, kind of get stuck in that murky place and don't really understand how to get out of it. That's the part. And for us, the parts where we, you needed a break and you left, even in the marriage, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or the part when I left for that one night but was scared as all get
Why
out.
you always do that?
What?
You always say when you needed a break, and then you always say when I tried to, that one time.
Because it literally was just one time I tried to leave you.
Well, when we got married, it wasn't that many times.
It was a couple.
It wasn't that many. It was like 2. So start saying that, because you got the people thinking that I just been dipping on you.
It was a couple times.
He a runner.
No, it was a couple times. Of course, you add those times in when you was going to the club on a Friday night to check the club out for us, and you wouldn't come home till Saturday afternoon.
She just never.
But it's okay. But baby, think about it. Those times, and when we went through the infidelity, all those times, Johnny, were times that tested our marriage. Think about it. Remember when both of us ain't had no job for that month?
Yeah.
All of those were times that tested our relationship.
Yeah, that was
and
crazy.
we could have dipped and dodged and said, you know what? We got irreconcilable differences, so this marriage ain't gonna make it. But it's persevering and going through, and that's just it. Going through these phases and stages of the relationship that get you to, that part where it's, like you say, unconditional love. Yeah. I've seen you at your worst. You've seen me. Good, bad. We've seen each other. Good, bad, ugly, indifferent. But however, we're still here and we're still in this not because we're forced to be, or we are here because, some people will say that, because the kids, we parent the kids and all this stuff. We're here because we want to be.
Because we choose to be. Yeah.
We choose to be. And it's intentional.
Yeah.
How we move. And so, love is patient and kind and all those things.
All those great things that are in the Bible. You know what really, really funny is like, and when I got to go, because in a minute, I feel like my voice about to go. But what's really funny is what God created marriage for and how we supposed to follow that blueprint. Mm-hmm. And then the enemy always has trap doors, the falling out of love. What the thing is about the divorce, the
irreconcilable
differences. Uh-huh. It always has some kind of like trap door, to escape. And that's the funny part about everything. It's almost like it's a good way to do something when you are equipped with the tools and you have the information. Mm-hmm. But if you don't, the enemy always got a trap door for you. You can just go do this. Yeah. You can do that. Or she ain't kept herself up, so you need to leave. Or she ain't did this, so you need to go look for
keeping themselves up. Or, yeah.
So, but that's all I had to say, because I feel like I got 2 fingers up my nose right now.
It sounds like it just a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'll be your tissue, baby.
For me to blow my nose on?
For whatever. I'm here for you for whatever you need. You always say,
she always try to make it seem romantic and stuff.
Even when the sun don't shine, I have faith in you and I. Which pretty little
Did you forget the words?
I'm hearing the tune in my head. I can't think of it. I like the song.
I know what you was trying to say, but the words you were saying and how you were moving your lips was very funny to me.
Oh, I couldn't remember it. I really like the song.
Okay.
My baby.
What is it?
I got your back, boy. I got your back, boy.
All right. I don't know if that can be in the podcast because we can't be singing other people's songs.
We do not own the copyrights or the rights or nothing to that song.
So they probably going to have to cut that part.
But I do have your back.
I know you. You got my back, my front, my side, and everything else. And I got yours. All right. This has been Moments with the Mobleys. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to YouTube and all the social media platforms.
It's almost
look
our
us up,
anniversary.
and if we help you in any way, please refer a friend.
Time for you and me.
All right. This has been your man, Johnny Mobley Jr. Did I say that right?
No.
This has been Moments with the Mobleys. I am your man, Johnny Mobley Jr.
And I'm his wife, Deirdra Mobley.
And we something like an ordinary couple.
With extraordinary purpose.
Peace out. Don't judge me. Peace out.
Night and all the way good night.